All right, guys, here we go with the notes for Chapter 19, and we're talking about your demo, what you need to consider, how to put it together, the logistics, the questions, the considerations. We'll cover it all right here. Your voiceover demo is your best, first, and sometimes only opportunity to present your performing skills. It's kind of like what they used to say in the old hair commercials. You never get a second chance to make a good first impression. So your demo basically serves as your professional calling card. The resume, it doesn't matter. Your looks, for the most part, doesn't matter. This is what matters. Them being able to hear what it is that you can do. So, with that in mind, let's talk about rule number 1. Do not produce your demo until you are ready. Do not send out a demo until you are ready. A poor demo can potentially affect your credibility as a performer later on. So if you create something and you send it out there to a bunch of agents and casting companies and they listen to it and you suck, and then, you try to get better later on, you send stuff out again, it's possible your name will be remembered and your first impression will be remembered, no matter how good your second demo is. So before you even think about having your demo produced, make sure you have acquired both the business skills and the good performing habits that are necessary to compete. Study your craft, learn acting skills, and develop a plan to market yourself before you do your demo. And as always, be a continual learner. Continue to take classes and seminars and workshops. Make yourself better and better every day. Now, how do you get to be good enough to put a demo together? You want your demo to present you as one of the great talents and to keep people listening for more than 5 seconds. So, even though we're talking about the demo as a whole as making a first impression, the first few seconds is going to be the real first impression of what people think when they hear you. You must become an expert at communicating with drama and emotion before you have your demo produced. Have your skills at their finest that you possibly can have them. Be competent enough that when people hear you, they believe that you can take direction and deliver on the various types of voices that they will need. Some of the things that will help you to get to where you want to be: first off, study acting. Know what it is to communicate emotion. How to find that place to be able to say things with a certain feeling and a certain attitude. Do your exercises. Breathe. Practice your pronunciation. Practice pacing and tempo. Practice volume. All the things that we talked about in the first semester. Take classes and workshops. Again, continually be learning. Attend large voiceover events. And read other books about voiceover. Learn, 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 and learn. Practice your skills and your techniques. Take time on a regular basis to go over some of the basics, to work on your diction, to work on adding vocal variety. Get personalized coaching. A lot of successful voice actors have a vocal coach that helps them to be able to recognize flaws that you might not be able to detect yourself, that you can work on those and improve yourself even that much more. And professional competency in any craft is only going to be achieved after consistent study and considerable experience. It just does not happen overnight. It is investments in time that is going to help you to get to where you want to be. Once you can comfortably say that you do something with a certain amount of excellence, then you are ready to produce and distribute your demo. Now, rule number 2 about demos. Your demo must accurately represent your abilities. As your calling card, your demo needs to truly reflect what it is that you are able to do, and do with a certain amount of efficiency and competency. To create a great demo, you must make the effort to develop and hone your performing skills. You must know what you do best. What particular aspects of voice acting do you excel at? Those are the things that you want to showcase in your demo. It is extremely important to be able to match the level of your demo performance when under the pressure of a session. It shouldn't take you a long period of time for you to find your voice. You should be able to bring it up pretty much on demand. And especially if you're working on a project where you're going to have callbacks and do separate recording sessions, to be able to match the style of what you did the first time, whenever you come back the second and the third time, that is essential as well. Now, this little bit of advice is good for the demo, but it's good for any sort of recording session in general. You need a director to listen to your performance objectively, to help you stay focused and to help you get in touch with the character in the copy. Performing effectively without a director or by directing yourself is going to be rather challenging. We tend to have our own biases, and we tend to think that we know the best way to approach something. If we don't have that other mind that is listening to us and interjecting feedback and telling us to adjust something and do something in a bit of a different way, we may miss an opportunity to be even better than what we are. So it's great to have a second set of ears. When you go to the studio to produce your demo, you should consider the session to be just like any other session that you would be going into, like a real recording session. You need to be able to get to your best performance and to do so efficiently, quickly, within 3 or 4 takes. If it takes you longer than that, then you're going to find that those that are working with you are going to get rather frustrated. They're going to believe that you don't really know what you're doing, or that you don't have the capabilities to do what the job asks for. So you may not be ready to go out there. You may not be ready rather to produce a demo and market yourself. Work on what it takes to be able to deliver the required voices in a very efficient, very quick, very professional sort of manner. Now, versatility is going to be your selling tool. There's 3 primary approaches to voiceover demos. The first one being the demonstration of the performer's range of versatility through a variety of examples, showing things like different emotions, different attitudes, different characters, to show that you can basically take on a character that is outside yourself, personify it, and display that and showcase that. The second approach focuses on the performer being the most real and natural person that he or she can be, while demonstrating a range of emotion within the natural delivery of their own voice. Can you stay consistent in character and have that show while the character is happy, while the character is sad, while the character is angry or frightened? Third approach focuses on a specific delivery style. often heard as an attitude or intonation in the phrasing. This is kind of a nice way of saying that you might be typecast if you're really good at doing a certain emotion or a certain type of persona. Then that's another approach that you can take. Regardless of which approach is best for you, it is the range and the variety of performance in a demo that demonstrates the voice actor's abilities. The essence of who you are needs to be present in every track of your demo. You need to be able to show that you can consistently deliver what your strong suits are and do them with excellence. So, some demo basics now. First off, as far as the format, these days, just about everyone is looking for an MP3 file. MP3 files tend to have decent enough quality that someone that is checking you out can listen to your voice and be able to make determinations about whether you're a good fit for their project or not. The file size is such that most MP3 files can be easily sent and received via email. So MP3 tends to be the default universal choice. There are some producers, some casting agents that may want a WAV file, may want some other sort of format. Always good to check. But by and large, if you have your demo as an MP3, you're going to be good to go. Now, there are still some folks out there that like to have the physical media, like to have a CD, have the ability to burn a CD and have a couple available. There are still people that keep CD players in their offices, use the CD player in their car. So it's not out of the question that someone would ask you for a CD. Not to mention the fact that if you have that physical element and you're able to hand that to somebody, that's something that they can actually look at and touch and feel. You could include other materials with it. You're not reliant on the interwebs for you to be able to stand out from the crowd. You can have a whole different method to your presentation if someone asks for a CD. Preparing you for your voiceover demos. Study current demos of professionals in the area of voiceover that you're interested in, first and foremost. There's all sorts of different ways to do that. We've talked in previous chapters about some of the different sites that are available and that you can pull up different voice actors and listen to their demos. It's not a bad idea. Find out what they're doing, what seems to make sense, what doesn't, what's attractive, what's not. Take some of the better ideas, and make them better. Make it so that you are competitive, but then also doing whatever else it takes to be able to stand out and then be unique from your competing voice actors out there. Your demo should feature examples of what you can do that meets or exceeds the expectations of those who are looking for voice talent in your specific genres. Now, this is an important thing. If you're looking to do different types of voice work, you're not generally going to have just one simple, universal, one-size-fits-all demo. Your commercial demo, for example, should only consist of commercial work you've done. Your character demo should only feature your character voices. Now, there may be some crossover in certain things to show a little bit of your vocal variety and things like that. But think about it. If you're doing character voices, you're probably not going to use those character voices and put them in a demo that you would submit to someone that you're going to, if you're trying to get a job for like medical narration or something like that. So kind of some common sense there. Make sure that the material you're including for a demo is appropriate for the type of work that you're trying to get. Ideally, your demo should be compiled from actual projects that you have worked on. Whenever you contribute to a project, always get a copy of that project for yourself to use and keep in your portfolio. Now, with that said, in order for you to have an actual project to include in your demo, that means you've had to have recorded some actual projects. What do you do if you're starting from nothing? Well, even working professionals will from time to time write original copy and create a demo that really puts their voice in the spotlight. In other words, make something up. But when you do that, you want to make sure that you avoid using copy from online sources and from different play-to-pay sites, as these scripts tend to be overused. So on one hand, it's okay to kind of create your own content and create something fresh, something that never really did make it as part of a production or make it onto the air or something like that. But you also want to be wary. While the different websites that are out there are good resources to find scripts and do practicing and things like that, it's possible that if you use one of those scripts, you could wind up picking a script that everyone else has used. And it will give you less of a chance to stand out if you try using that script, because it sounds like the same words everybody else is saying. Find something fresh. Find something that you can make your own as much as you possibly can, not just with your voice acting, but with the actual content in and of itself. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will continue on with these notes in the next video.